Good morning, knitters and yarn lovers. Happy New Year. Welcome to Recreational Knitting. My name is Karen. This is a podcast where I talk a little bit about my knitting and other crafts, because those are starting to come into picture maybe a little bit. We live in a 39-foot motorhome traveling the United States. Currently, we're in Charlotte, North Carolina. I had to stop and think. We are getting some medical care here at this time, so we're going to be here for probably another month. As you can see from my open window blowing my curtains, it's a gorgeous day. I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm going to sit out in the sun and get some of that vitamin D later today. Yesterday was brutal here. It was gray, foggy, rainy, misty, ugly, after a series of the same. So, I'm glad to see the sun out, and that's my dog, Max. I am sorry about that. He's very mouthy. He's high anxiety dog. If you're new here, welcome. Happy New Year. 2023, that is really quite hard to believe. There are a number of things that we have done here. We've done knit along last fall, and I did Vlogmas, so check those out if you're new. And we are currently in the middle of hashtag WhipBeGone 2023. You can post your pictures of those whips on Instagram. You can post them in my Ravelry group, and we'll all try to get several things off of our needles. Those of you that have been with me for a while, thank you for keep coming back. I love you. I'm glad that you're here. I will be sending out the 750 subscriber present today from the post office, and I just wanted to congratulate Slip Stitches and know that it's coming your way. All these series of gray days and holidays sounds like a song, doesn't it? Have stopped me from getting to the post office. It's a bit away from where we are. Anywho, today I'm going to discuss with you 10 sweaters that I personally want to knit. You probably have seen many of them. You may not have seen some of them. I live, when we are not in the RV, I live in South Florida. So many of these are pretty impractical for myself to knit in wools. So I pretty much am a fan of cotton wool blends, but you'll see from the pictures that I've inserted here, and I will tell you a little bit about the pattern, that most of these are knit in wools, which is my favorite fiber. So don't forget to work down your whips. Make sure that you put your pictures as you finish them. There will be prizes throughout. I'm not telling you how the prizes will be picked. They will be random, and they will be for certain things, and that way I have them written down in my little book, and you'll get a prize alert if you win. So with that, I'm going to take you to the 10 sweaters that I want to knit. Most of them are paid for patterns. There's a couple that are free. And I will see you for a regular podcast in a few days. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you in a few. Bye. This is the Recalibrate by Shana Cohen. I know many of you have probably seen this many places on Ravelry, Instagram, YouTube. Many people have done this. This is in a fingering weight yarn, and it's got an unusual construction where it's knit in pieces, but you pick things up, you pick stitches up, and it's knit sideways. And it's something that I really want to knit badly, and I decided that I had the yarn, and I'm still going to use that same yarn, but I think I probably will have to buy another brown to go with it. This is has an overall Ravelry rating of 5.0, and it cost $9 US, and we may be doing a make-along if there's enough interest with Vegas Golden Knits podcast in April and May. If there's enough interest, that would be wonderful. This is a sweater that looks like it's pretty flattering for most sizes. It's pretty size inclusive. I've seen many people of size that look pretty good with it. The striping that you do is a nice flattering look, and I've seen people that are very thin that also look very good in this. So let me know if you are at all interested in knitting this as a make-along later in the spring. This is a short or long sleeve sweater that is by Isabel Kramer. It's called the Yume or Yume. I don't know how one would particularly say that, but it is made with fingering weight, and it's a top-down sweater, and it has a Ravelry code of positivity rating, overall rating of 4.9. It is $6.09 US dollars, and it's got, as you may or may not be able to see, it has lace, a small amount of lace that I apparently can't do. I've started this 3 times, and each time I'm one stitch off. So I'm going to find somebody here locally that's going to tell me what I need to do, whether it's start at a different place or add a stitch, or yeah. So I'm like 1 stitch off. So it's other than that, it's going to be an easy sweater, but I just need to get my lace in order first. Isabel Kramer patterns are known to be pretty easy and pretty clear. So other than that, and I think this is operator error, but this is one that I definitely want to finish in this particular year. I know most of you have seen this one. This is The Weekender by Andrea Mowry. It has a 4.9 rating on Ravelry, and it currently is, no, I'm sorry, it has a 4.7 rating on Ravelry, and it's currently at $8 US. It's made with worsted, and it's made top down, and it's made inside out, so that you're actually doing stockinette, and then you flip it and it's pearl on the outside. So there's some, differences, and it sounds like it's a pretty easy pattern to knit. I have read and heard that it's difficult to get gauge on this one, and I've heard it's difficult to get gauge on many Andrea Mowry patterns, so going down needles may be recommended for this one. So if you're not into gauge swatching, this might be the one that you really do need to gauge swatch for. She also has a fingering weight called the Weekender Light, and that has a rating of 4.8. Again, it's $8. And again, similar structure, top down. You knit it from the inside and you flip it, and it's supposed to be easier to obtain gauge there. So maybe it's more her worsted weight patterns that are more difficult. Not sure. But this is something that is has been out for several years, and you see many people have made it. You can go on Ravelry and look at the number of people that have put it in their queue and read some of their notes about the gauge concerns. Again, it could just be those people. Again, it could be just worsted weight. It could be the actual yarn that she used, and I think she used Brooklyn tweed. If that's yarn is in your price point, good for you. I will be using something different because of the price point. So I'm not sure which one I want to make. I would prefer to make the fingering weight just because of the lightness of it. Haven't decided yet at this point, but it's one of those sweaters that probably would be a great staple, and made in gray, beige, you know, something that'll go with everything. This is by Caitlin Hunter. It's called the Novelli, and it's a short-sleeved colorwork sweater that's worked from the bottom up. It's a crop. It's been out for a few years. The overall rating is 4.7, and it is $8.50. This, I think the colors are what draws me to this. I love that mustard and brown together with the light brown at the bottom. I would be adding rose to this particular sweater. I do not look good in anything cropped, nor do I want to. I'm of the age where I just don't think that anything cropped looks good, and I'm very short, so I don't look good in the linen dresses, particularly because my legs are so short. So, but this is something that for a challenge for me, because I've not done color work other than some socks and a hat. I think I'd like to try this. I'm not certain if this is what I need to start with, though. So, it's has my interest, has had my interest. I have not bought this pattern. I've bought the other ones so far, but I have not bought this one. So, there's that one. This is the Pearl Code by Isabel Kramer. It's a raglan top down, and it is $6.09 on Ravelry US. It's a top down, did I say that already, and worsted weight. It looks, I like the rustic look of it, and I think that using a hand dyed tonal would be a wonderful way to use that. It also obviously could be used in, anything that commercial or one solid color. But I like the fact that it looks rustic. I like Isabel Kramer's patterns, and this one is rated 4.8. I like the fact that you can insert your own little pearl code messages. It's using Morse code, you can come up with a dot dot dash dot dot dash word or set of words, so that you can put your family members in names in there. You can put a subversive message in there. I like that one myself. Whatever it is that you want to state and not have anybody really kind of know. It's like wearing one of the t-shirts that display your political preferences without putting your political preferences out there on full view. So I like the shape of the sweater, and it has twisted rib to make it even that much better. This is the Castaway Raglan by Tiff Nealon. It's made from DK weight. It has a raglan profile. It has an I-cord bind off, and the mosaic is the color work. It's not color work, it's mosaic knitting. It is rated 5.0 on Ravelry, and it's currently $8.50. This I would make, this is me personally, I would make it somewhat longer, a couple inches longer, just because it's more flattering to me. But I think this is probably the most adorable sweater I've seen on Ravelry in a long time. And it's my colors. I don't think I'd change anything but the length on it. It's a great pattern, and Tiff Nealon is totally an up-and-coming designer. I don't know if any of you have knit anything of hers, but she's cranking things out, and they're all adorable. So this is one that I probably will cast on this year. This is the Sea Change sweater by Jennifer Steingass, and it's made with DK weight. It has a rating of 4.6. I have bought this pattern, and I absolutely love this pattern. I love the colors in it. I love the simplicity of the little scallops and how that plays into the band around the yoke. I haven't done a color work sweater like this, and this is the one that I think I'd like to really start out with, just because it's really, it calls to me. It is from the bottom up, which has me a little more concerned, and it's $7 on Ravelry. I just think that the colors there are amazing. Let me know what you think. This is Zig by Andrea Mowry. I really like the look of this. I don't know that I would do the zigzags on the sleeves or the shoulders, but I like it around the body. It's made with worsted weight. This is color work. This is color work that I might actually be able to do. I don't know how those floats will be at the end of those little points, but it's $8 on Ravelry, and it has currently a 5.0 rating. That is only based, I believe, the last time I looked, on like 7 people. This is the Feldspar T 2.0 by Hannah Lubin. Not sure if that's how you say it. It has a 4.4 rating on Ravelry, and it currently is selling at $8.86 US. There's also a free version on the website, so that if you go to the Ravelry page, there is a link that will send you to a free version. From what I'm looking at, it looks like it's more, the paid pattern is more size inclusive, but if you're within that range of the smaller sizes, the free version may work for you. It's made in worsted weight, and she has knit this in a cotton linen mix, and it looks so clean, and there's lace down the shoulders, very easy lace, and a bit of lace or picot on the bottom of the sweater. I just like it because it looks really fresh, and I think it would look great with a summer skirt. You could get by with an outdoor wedding wearing something like that in the right color. Last but not least, this is the Blockley pullover by Erica Flory. It has a user rating of 5.0. It's always a good thing. And the best thing is that it is free. She makes this with DK weight, and she used Rowan felted tweed. And I love this raglan style sweatshirty type of sweater. That's the stage of life that I am in. It is my style, and I like it that you could actually use leftovers for this, and you wouldn't need to have but maybe two or three skeins of yarn to do the bodice, and then you could actually stripe the rest of the bottom with very small pieces of leftovers. I really like this pattern. Her body type is not my body type, so, and she doesn't have too many pictures on there, but I do need to research this. But I think that even if you just followed it as a one color pattern, I think it'll be it looks pretty easy. I just like the fact that you could use leftovers for this.